So I was with my friend the other day and we were talking about our types. And I was like, yeah, like I like mine skinny. And she's like, me too. And then she showed me this guy and she's like, okay, what about this? Like, this is hot too, right? And I was like, oh, no. She was like, what? Like, what's not attractive about that? And I was like, not necessarily that it's not attractive, just I couldn't be with somebody like that. And she was like, what? Why? Listen, I like to think for the future, and I know that people switch up. People can turn into completely different types of people. So I like to be prepared for the future. So hey, say one day he gets abusive. I need somebody where it would be a fair fight. And that's all. And I thought that was like a normal thing. And she was like, no, Jasmine, but that's something to think about. Just think about it, okay? Doesn't hurt.
This is so strange, thinking about such a future. Maybe you should then be alone? Seriously, abusive relationships don't build in a day, and both partners are to blame for them. So girl, there's something to think about here. Yes, it's not painful, just think about it. Enjoying these real talk moments? Make sure to like and subscribe for more. We cover these issues frequently, and I'd love to hear your perspective.
The best thing you can do for yourself is be selfish. Not in a horrible way, but in a way of, if something makes you miserable, why are you still there? Why are you still friends with that person? Why are you still at that job? Why are you doing it? Do you not want to be happy? Listen to your gut. Listen to how you feel. Listen to yourself.
I partly agree with her that sometimes it's necessary to show healthy selfishness to protect yourself from toxic people, relationships, or jobs. If you're being bullied at work, then yes, be selfish and quit. Just quit and choose yourself and your peace of mind. But actually, you should always be humane. Yes, be human. Don't forget that empathy is very important, and always consider how your actions affect those you interact with.
Yo, one of my friends was just like, aren't you scared that guys aren't gonna want to ask you out anymore if you keep exposing them on TikTok? Oh, I'm shaking in my boots. I'm shaking in my boots that your behavior might get you exposed for the choices that you made of your own volition with your own big boy brain. I'm so scared that someone like that might not want to ask me out because they are scared of their own actions being revealed. I'm terrified of being kept from that type of man. That type of man, I'll just miss him so much from my life. Shaking.
I think it was just a friendly remark. No need to show yourself in such a light, right? In the end, no one will care if this girl is alone or not.
I had a guy troll my video the other day, and this is what he said. Spoiler alert, all the women who are deferring being with who they got will be gravely disappointed in your 30s as your looks go way south. I'm 36 and will never date any women in her 30s, ever. Ignoring the stark grammatical errors aside, let's see if his thesis holds true. Here's a photo of me from 10 years ago at the innocent, pure, desirable age of 22. And here's the photo of me from 20 seconds ago, unfiltered and unedited, looking like the haggard beast that I clearly am at the ripe old age of 32. And while I could expound further on the subject, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I've got 2 of them here, so I'll let the pictures do most of the talking. But here's what I will say. Ladies, a man who was born in this country whose first language is English, who doesn't know how to appropriately pluralize the word woman, probably doesn't know anything about women to begin with.
I can't say for sure how many mistakes were in the message she received, but I can definitely say that the man was absolutely wrong. A woman in her 30s only begins to fully reveal her beauty, like a rose in a garden. By this age, there is often enough disposable income to take good care of her beauty, health, and image. Therefore, anyone who prefers 20-year-old girls, thinking they are better because of their age, is seriously mistaken. Yes, not every girl becomes more beautiful by the age of 30, but the girl in the video is a worthy role model. May everything work out wonderfully for her in relationships.
All right, question for the guys. Hi. So I've got a question to ask you lot. And just before we go into it, a little bit about me. I'm a self-employed artist. I'm a DJ. I'm a music producer. I present on Kiss FM. I run a record label, and I do well for myself. I'm doing good. The career's really, really good. I'm very busy. I've got a girl crew that I roll with. Big up 24-hour garage girls. I've got a nice car, got a nice flat, go on lots of holidays, drink nice food, you know what I mean. My life is good. Anyway, I never, ever get approached. Ever. ever. I play clubs up and down the country. In fact, I'm on tour right now. I'm coming at you from a hotel room. I never, ever get guys approaching me. And the question that I have for the men out there, is it really true that that guys are intimidated by powerful women? Is that really true? Or is this just something that strong girls say to other strong girls to gas them up, to help them get over the situation or whatever it is?
You know, this seems like a big misconception. I think this rumor circulates in women's circles to somehow soothe their egos and make them feel like they have power. But wait a minute. If this woman says that guys never approached her, it's clearly not related to her success and power, because at the beginning of her career, she hardly had these privileges. It means they simply didn't like her behavior, appearance, or some other factors. Yes, it's simple. She either creates a talking point by lying about her life, or she's totally unattractive to men. I don't even know what to say. What do you think? Is she telling the truth?
It's not at all what it used to be. Like, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby and the baby carriage. No. It is first comes sex, then comes ghosting, then comes emotional trauma and trust issues. And then everybody does the opposite of what you're supposed to. So if they like someone, they don't tell them. If they want to be with them, they act like they don't. Everybody wants what they can't have, but then when they have it, they don't appreciate it, so they lose it. So then they'll fight to get it back, and then when they get it back, they don't really want it because they didn't really want it anyway. They just wanted to get it back but not really have it. You feel me?
I think the older you get, the more relationships turn into a set of actions that aren't related to true love and attachment. That's why I believe it's so important to find someone with whom you can spend pleasant time, think about the future, and ultimately create a family and have children. Yes, to manage to create your love before 40. Single women over 40 insistently claim on social media that they are happy to be free, unburdened by marriage and children. But, you know, I think they choose this position out of desperation. Yes, it's unlikely they'll be able to change anything in their lives, and the mind's defense mechanism justifies their choice and how they live their lives as best it can. By the way, if you enjoy these real talk sessions and want to stay updated, you might want to keep an eye on this channel. We dive into these topics regularly, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think calling out bad behavior is the right approach? Share your opinion below.
Part 3, a week in the life of being over 40 and dating in New York. I can't hide it. There are tears of frustration this week, but it is what it is. This week we had 5 dates, 2 of which were first dates, 2 of which were second dates, 1 of which was a third date. And for all of you that have commented asking, wondering why I go on so many dates and like, wow, just pick one. Blah, blah. This week is the perfect example why I do what I do. I know what I'm doing. First date of the week was on Tuesday. It was a second date and it was very short, but it was pleasant. We had really, really healthy food and beautiful conversation.
We went to Gardenia Terrace in Hell's Kitchen.
I left that date feeling appreciated, seen, and excited to see what's next. Wednesday, it was a second date with someone, and the first date had gone okay, but the second date, I definitely realized, our energy is not on the same page. We're not feeling the same way about each other. We met at Lily's on the Upper West Side cocktail bar. The vibes were not for me. Thursday, it was a first date with someone, and from the second I showed up, and even the texting on the way when I showed up, he was already giving me anxiety vibes. He was anxious about life. He was anxious about his job. He was anxious about relationships. He was anxious. Just totally anxious. In fact, on that date, I insisted on paying. I was like, bro, I got you, because he was sad. He was just sad. That was it. End of story.
We went to Sakarat, which is a paella bar in Chelsea, but we never even got to eating. Never even made it that far.
There was a major cold front, and I went on a third date with someone, and it was just great. And I thought that everything was immaculate, and I really loved seeing this person's soul and seeing how their brain operated and their perspective on the world. And I just thought that things were going to be great. But no matter what I think, you never really know what's going on in somebody's head, and you never really know what's going on in someone's life. And here we are, 48 hours past the date, and I have not heard a word, even though I have reached out. Radio silence. And previously this person would text me back within an hour, or was even like being the more aggressive one with texting. So I guess that's that. Third date was on Sunday evening, Sunday fun day. Listen, in New York City, Sundays a brilliant day to go out. And we went to Ophelia Rooftop. Ophelia's rooftop is absolutely stunning. It was absolutely stunning. Really, really stunning. I don't think that I liked this person all that much, but you know what? I felt the same vibes back, and I doubt I'll ever hear from this person. And it doesn't matter. The vibes weren't there. But we went to a beautiful location. He was a beautiful human. So that's all that matters. Thank you. In case you're wondering about what about the guys from weeks 1 and 2, well, it turns out that the people that I liked the most never got back to me. And if they did get back to me, that they either completely ghosted or they have still yet to ask me out on a second date, and here we are like almost 3 weeks later. So this is why I have the dating structure that I do. If you don't like it, it doesn't matter. It's my life, not yours. But stay tuned for week 4, because girl, I'm frustrated this week. I need vibes. Send me vibes.
This is so strange. No, seriously, just think. She goes on dates with different men almost every day, and then is surprised that the guy she found attractive at the beginning of the week didn't call her back. I think it's not very fair to the people she goes on dates with. She just picks them like goods in a store. I don't even know. What do you think about this?